So, good evening guys, welcome to what is OTL Season 2, Round 2, the death stare of Monte Carlo. By God, I bet drivers are excited for this evening. I am joined as always with Jensen, he's here somewhere.
Yes, I am here.
Good evening sir, good evening. So we are set for what should be, now if we look back one season to OTL, what was the opening race last season? Yeah. Yes, OTL's, what would you call it, debut to PS4 league racing, and it was an absolute stormer. It was probably one of the best Monte Carlo races I have seen in a long time. So hopefully more of that to come. Mitch, good evening. Good evening, SPW, Nelly, Mike, Freddie. Guys, please, if you can, like the video. I just need to get on one certain man's case. Young Pedro. He will be here, I presume. He will come, Mr. Adam, if you're watching. He will be here, for sure. So yes guys, please like the video, and if you haven't already and you are watching, please sub to the channel. So, Jensen, a race recap for round 1, Espanyol. It was a very good race, a very exciting race. OTL has
very dominant race as
good habits of kicking off with a bang, and yes, Nelly put out probably one of the best performances I've seen him race in the season and race that I have watched him now.
Yeah, he kept his nerve. There was quite a few safety cars and he still managed to keep that out in front. And it was a very interesting first part of the race because we had the wet weather as well. So
yes, could Monaco bring a spin and put some weather in the ointment? I don't think any driver racing this evening would like to see that, but you never know. Maybe some rain would just suit some drivers precisely.
And make it interesting, you know, we like a bit of interesting.
Mike says he can only improve. So we're 2 drivers short of a full grid. Monaco, 19 drivers. Pedro should join, he will be here.
Oh yeah, Mike came last week. I don't think it's a good idea to remind him about that, but I mean, there's always big room for improvement.
Good evening, Mikey.
Be the fastest guy.
Yes, you're right, Jensen. When you finish last, it only weighs up. That is a definite positive. Unless you're Pedro,
back on the wheel.
And second last is as good as last.
Well, at least Mike will be back on the wheel, returning to the wheel soon.
Evening, Mr. Midgy, the points man of OTL. The lobby man too.
Maggi, the standings guy.
Yes, Jensen is our standings. So Jensen, you and Maggi have some commons. These are the numbers, guys. I don't do well with numbers. ENTXJ says he's coming now. So Adam, if you just bear with, you have your 2 drivers about to fill the spot if you're watching. ENTXJ is just coming, and Pedro. So I think there might just be a small minute or 2 delay. There is Pedro in, so just ENTXJ, and we will be good to go on what is set to be a full grid for Monaco. Yikes.
Oh. Now,
it's usually the race that everybody tries to avoid as a league racer as well. There's usually excuses flying everywhere and people are washing their hair, and yeah, it's very strange to see a full grid.
Okay, people, stop putting your bets in for how many safety cars are going to be coming out this race.
Yes, and I tell you, I think, now, Jensen, I was talking earlier about this, OTL's first race at Monaco. Was it right in saying 19 drivers started and 18 finished? Is that correct?
I think
one retirement? Or 2?
1 or 2 retirements, I think. Actually, I'll quickly
SPW,
check.
I will not repeat what you have said in that comment live on air, you vulgar human. Tyne, Monaco is really good to race on. We know why you're saying that, Tyne. We understand that completely. Mr. Round the outside.
Mr. Overtake of H1.
Full grid, green light, we have already up. So that'll be us good to go. 20 guys, so qualifying is going to be horrific.
Yeah, I'd expect quite a few guys will probably have their laps blocked.
Yes, as a driver you just need to bear with as well. I don't think anybody will deliberately block, and even when somebody is doing their best to get out your way, it still feels like they're blocking your lap. It's just
so narrow.
I just think, I always say when it comes to Monaco, you need to do your best as you as a driver to pick the spots. If you catch somebody up, unless they're going extremely slow, it's a bit on you. Oh, my bed sheets would have been able to stand up by themselves. That is...
So we
yikes. Good evening,
I can confirm we
Pedro.
did have one retirement last season at Monaco.
Stay at speed numbers away for a breakdown over traffic. I totally understand that.
Yeah, so we had one retirement last season. I think that was Senna.
So just one. Can we? So this is OTL, guys. If you're watching, this is your challenge for this evening. You had one retirement the first race. Let's not have any.
Yeah, I think Senna will want to try and get back at what happened last season at Monaco.
Yes.
Being the only retirement.
Retribution coming your way, Mr. Senna Martins. Good evening, Chris. Oh, Pedro, come on. Come on.
Well done to Senna, though. He didn't have the greatest of first seasons, but podium on his first race this season is a really big start to him.
So, if you stay with the chat, etc., Jensen, I'm going to jump into the OTL Discord and I'm going to quickly see what's happening in the standings. We'll give the guys a quick rundown of exactly where and who stands.
The time said get mugged off, Mikey.
Oh, Jensen! It's raining!
My God.
Game
and
on!
It's heavy rain as well, I think. That's lashing down quite heavy as well.
So a quick rundown before guys get out in the circuit. I'll get some data on screen first, in fact. So we have Nelly in 31 points, Senna 20, JNTX 18, Tana 16, Seniors Jelly 15, then Surge 14, Magi 13, Special Energy 12, Pedro 11, Mikey 10, Ranger 9, Matoman 8, Sibo 7, Mike 6, Scuderia Ferrari leading the constructors in 45, Mercedes in P2 in 35, Alpha P3 in 32, then it's Renault in 25, Haas in 18, Williams in 18, Alpha Tauri 16, Red Bull 10, Racing Point 9 and McLaren 8. So, who is first man to bear the gauntlet?
It is, I think it's F. Lewis.
F. Lewis. I think he was one of our first drivers as well. So a driver that looked, was it JNTX? I think it was JNTX that was very strong in the rainy weather.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I think he climbed
one to watch in the qualifying.
Spain.
He might get himself up a position that he maybe wouldn't be in the dry.
We could see some really big hitters, not where you expect them. There could be some guys really coming out the pace in the rain.
And a track where qualifying is king. It is. Qualifying position huge, Jensen. We both know that. I think most guys racing know that.
This could be massive for some wet weather specialists out there.
For sure. Not me. I am no specialist in that. The conditions I do not enjoy them
mate.
at all. But I know there's some out there, like I know Pedro. He would have seen the rain, and I'm pretty sure he's a driver that likes to get the showdown in the weather. He sees it as a neutraliser to the driver. It kind of neutralises the big differences between, and small mistakes are so exaggerated in wet weather that it's very hard. So we'll see what kind of sector split F. Lewis is going to get as he comes round the turns. Well, I think it's 22 flat. Looking not too bad.
That's not too bad actually. Well, it's to be honest, it's hard to tell what is a good split time around here because I've never really gone around on the Inters. It's track.
Magi says pile up turn 1. Let's hope not.
Oh no.
Nelly, yes. Nelly, you're on pad 2, right? So Monaco is extremely difficult for pad drivers. I was doing some laps in that practice session. We were in qualifying. I was on
Nelly
controller and easily 3 seconds off my pace. So Nelly 1-8 down, seems to be setting the benchmark. 102.5.
Lewis
Hits
always
the
had
wall,
a
no damage.
moment there.
No damage, which is rather
Yeah,
lucky there.
it.
Looks neat
So no
and tidy
retirements
through
yet.
the second to last corner. Clip
Everyone
the
there
apex
flying
just
laps.
nice, he's good there. Smooth on the power, and I think this is going to be quite a good benchmark time for
24.
F. Lewis, 24.7 so far, so...
Here comes Adam.
Yes, Lee, Monaco and rain. Life is rough.
Adam 2 counts. Fletcher 23.5, he was
So
quite quick in the practice.
2 second gap between Lewis and Fletcher, so the Fletcher seems to have set the benchmark time. 25.0 for the Officer Duffy. He'll probably be looking to improve on that one as well. Let's see if we can get on with other drivers. Pelly, I think, about to put a lap in. He does, he goes, oh no, it was Nelly, sorry, 24.9.
He got very hesitant of power there, the final corner. So I think he might be on no traction.
I think we've got a flood of drivers actually coming in. So Ranger goes into P5 and a 25.3. Dr. Special Energies went in with a SPW Mike, both for 26.0s. Pedro's what's in 27.9. Mikey coming to the line now, yeah, just jump on board, really struggling for traction out the last corner there. I've seen him
the traction is terrible there. It's like there's a flood happening there.
So I think that's our first raft of drivers that came out for the early lap, got them on the board. 23.5 are bench setting time. Jay Fletcher leads Lewis, Envinelli third, Duffy fourth, Ranger fifth, Special Energy sixth, SPW seventh, Mike eighth,
Jay Fletcher 4 tenths up.
Pedro 10th will get on board with Jay Fletcher as he says that. The Officer Duffy coming, is he coming to bank a lap? Might get a little toe to toe, he's struggling on power out the last corner as well. He is going to improve, I think.
7 tenths.
Down into the 22s, and Officer Duffy did, he went 23.9, so Officer Duffy put himself into second place on the grid thus far. So guys, look,
good lap.
Possibly like they've got some feel in the car and just trying to find their feet a bit in the conditions.
Here comes Nelly. Nelly's going to get a good time at 23.7. Goes to P2. And
Fletcher has huge advantage in the wet as it stands.
Yeah,
a 1
Fletcher.
second advantage.
That
Does Fletcher
massive.
announce his arrival to
Adam.
the OTL title challenge?
He could be, but Adam's just crashed before Mirabeau there. Oh, the exit of the Casino Square.
I think Mikey might be up here, he's coming to the line. Oh no, I don't think so. Oh, he did 3 tenths, found 3 tenths, gets himself closer to the 26s.
My car 17. He a little bit up on first sector.
Oh, and Mike really drops the car there, so he just backs out the lap. Absolutely nailing that throttle out of corner, so he was. I think that's Tana hit the wall at the hairpin.
I think it's Adam. Yeah, it's Adam there. He's limping back home to the pits here without that front wing.
Oh, did Adam hit the wall too?
He spun at the exit of Casino Square in sector 1. And he lost the wing there.
A lot of guys coming through these chicanes here. Dr. Special Energy and Baldi, Doofy's in, Nelly's through, Fletcher's in, so let's go on board. SPW, I think they're coming in, yep. So it's box. Tana coming through the last couple of corners. This is going to be his first time of the session so far. So where does Tana put himself? A driver that looked reasonably competitive last week. It's maybe in the 24 series, going to go into the low 25.2, so P8.
Kelly starting a lap. I know
Pelly,
he's
a good driver in the wet, yes, very much so, Jensen. So he could be one to watch here. I think if there's on his purple sector 1, 21.9, so the fastest sector 1 time I think we've seen. I'm not quite sure what Jay Fletcher's was, but the ones we were looking at were 22 flats. It could be the best of the session.
Pelly, another one of the guys who made up lots of positions in the wet stint at Spain. This is what Abrams. Senna just crosses the line, he puts in a 25.3. Jelly at 24.8. The Mercedes bank their times, 7th and 10th at the moment.
So Pelly into probably the hardest part of the track in the wet, because you carry that much speed that one moment usually ends in a big crash. Into the last couple of corners, we jump on board, camera angle's not that good up to the last corner he comes. It's just a case of pick your apex, pick up the traction as smooth as you dare. He takes the short shift, gets the power down nice, to the line he goes. Where does Pelly put himself? P4, 24.5.
Great opening lap for him. He wasn't much on the energy there, but that might be the way to go really, through that middle sector around Monaco. Especially in these conditions.
Glad I'm retired, Yelly. I would want to be retired watching this myself, mate. Welcome,
well, at least
Jordan.
we don't have to go through it, Chris.
Yes, not for now anyway.
Watch it and talk about it.
Yes, talk about crashing. JN Tech Sector 1, let's see if he's finding any time. A very competitive driver by the looks of it last week. Seems to be quite down though. 22.2. Oh, and he's locked up.
Well, we don't have to be talking about crashing, because we've only had one crash, I think, this session, which is quite crazy.
I know, and I've not really seen massive impedes of laps either. For there being 20 drivers on track, they're doing a very, very good job of keeping out of each other's way.
Especially in these conditions.
And hopefully that means good things for the race. So the question is, in chat, we don't want to know if you're a driver. We'll keep the suspense up. The weather. What does it do for the race? And I think it's really hard to tell at Monaco as well, because regardless, you're running such high downforce. But what do you think we get for the race, Jensen? Dry or wet?
I think it's going to be dry.
I think if these guys were in wet setups, they'd maybe going a little quicker. The weather makes it wet. I meant the race, Mr. Shadows. The race, not qualifying. But you're right, the weather very much is what makes it wet. Well, it's not the weather, it's the clouds, I guess. If you want to be really pedantic about it, but...
something happening here in Sector 2. I think the Red Bull's getting a bit blocked of Jay Fletcher.
And that, here we go. We find the first duties of impeding. I don't think he was happy, small weave. But this is Monaco, and this is a driver. You need to understand it getting into this circuit, that there's a very high chance. Oh, he's clipped the rear.
Yeah, that's a very easy one to do. Pushing too much. There's a yellow flag in the final sector. Is that McLaren trying to come for pits?
Where is Mike on his lap?
He's 6 tenths down, but he's going to go for another one. Looking like it with his fuel.
Trying to find drivers on relevant laps. Nelly is 3 tenths down in his fastest lap. I don't know why he does that, that's really annoying. So Nelly possibly, unless he's got time to find through the last sector, Nelly is possibly going to be going on another lap. Was that Matterman? Yes, Matterman put himself into P5 there, 24.3, so time coming to the guys. So yeah, I think Nelly's going for his run now. Haas coming out the pits. I think that could be Sebo. Or possibly Pedro. So let's see, Matterman has just banked a lap. Let's see, where is Mike? He's invalidated, so he's not on one. Senna Martins. Where is Senna coming down to the hairpin? And is this? No. Mitch thinks it's going to be a dry race. Yes, so Mitch is siding with yourself, Jensen. I think Senna Martin's had a big snap oversteer there. Managed to keep the car out. Oh, and he's not kept out the wall.
Oh, he's got to be careful of the car.
And he does well, does really well there. Does really well to get the car out of the way, and then he'll bring it to a halt, let them go through. So fair play, Senna Martins.
That was very unfortunate. It's such a hard corner. You have to really try and commit through there.
See Omar going round with some wing damage as well, so any car that catches him as traffic is not going to fare very well. Sebo about to get his first lap banked. We'll see exactly where he can get it.
And Nelly's starting a new lap, it looks like. Gets an invalid 23.2.
So half a second in the car, but Jay Fletcher looks to have a really big advantage in the tricky conditions. As Sebo comes to the line, I think he's going to be somewhere in the 26s, 26.5, gets himself into P17.
So Jay Fletcher is on a wet setup, he's just really, really fast.
Nelly now 1/10 up through sector 1.
Yeah, that was a very, very smooth sector 1 there. He took turn 1 almost perfect. And stay close to these curbs. He gets the line very nice through there, it's just the exit. It's so hard to get the throttle out of there, through the tunnel. And he's got a car ahead, I don't think he's going to be too much.
But as Jay Entek's on a lap, he's on an out lap, so either Jay Entek needs to get down the road.
7/10 up, he could be beating it here.
Jay Entek's got well out of the way, good fair play there from him.
Nelly really pushing here, I think this might be a provisional pole lap. The championship leader.
Power on to the line, is he going to get the pole done? He does, he takes it 22.5. A 1.5 tenth gap now between Jay Fletcher and Nelly. Jay Fletcher an out lap, pressure on.
That's a big take that to Jay Fletcher there. He's got to do as best as he can now. Nelly going around again, so he's doing multiple laps and he's up again on sector 1.
So Nelly looks to be the driver in the latter part of the session. Jensen really settling into the conditions and starting to extract the lap time from the car.
Yeah, Jay Fletcher's starting lap as well. He's going to really want this.
Validated again. Go on board with our other driver fighting for pole. Oh, and he has a big oversteer moment out of the corner, and he's really pushing that car up the hill. I don't know if you were on board there with Fletcher, Jensen, but
yeah,
he was really pushing it at turn 1.
Good car control though.
Can he be up? I think he's going to be down in sector 1 here.
He's up by a little bit. So compare sector times between him and Nelly. It looks like he's lost a lot in sector 1 compared to Nelly. So I think it's either the final sector or middle sector where he's gains the most.
Can he be as smooth as Nelly?
Oh,
Nelly's done. Nelly's done for the session in the pits, so that's it for him. So he has laid it. Oh, and Fletcher's come. Nearly tries to snap them through the tunnel, but he keeps it in check.
He'll have another go at it as well.
Nice, Anthony. Get the power down, take the early shift. That's it. Get the power down. Can he flick it and keep it nice and
really pushing it. 4 thousandths down.
Too much. Can he find time in the last sector? He only needs to find 1/10. A tenth and a half, and he takes the fight right really back to Nelly. And Nelly's over, remember, so it's this lap of the next for Fletcher, or it is pole for Nelly at Monaco. To the line, squirming again, really struggling to get the power down in that Red Bull.
He could go again. He's improved,
and he
but
does
he could go
improve.
Again. And he is going to go
so
again.
Close on. He's got much better exit through one that time.
That was a very nice exit for Jay Fletcher. He's the main one looking for pole at the moment. We'll go to other guys at the moment. Jelly, he's 7/10 down, and I think he's ran out of fuel, so I think that's him done.
Fletcher 2/10 up to sector 1, Jensen. So he is really finding the time pressure on for Nelly. He just, if he maintains that 2/10, that's it.
Here
He'll
comes
take
Adam.
the pole back.
Adam he's going to improve, but he doesn't improve enough to improve his position, I think. So he stays P5.
Jelly's banked third. Does he have another run? I think Adam has another run, so we need to stay with that. But Fletcher's still maintaining that 2/10 advantage in his lap. Can he keep it? He's got to keep the exits good. Keep them nice and clean. Balancing on the balance of traction, it was absolutely sublime. And he's up again. He is absolutely flying. Nelly will have maybe just seen that and went, oh my. Maybe I just didn't have the pace to get him.
Just his final corner. He just needs to keep it good. And it's going to be a first pole position in OTL. Oh, there's a car crashed out of it. He almost hits that. But I think that's going to be pole anyway. It's a 21.7 from Jay Fletcher.
What?
And now that's a big
lap. So Duffy 3/10 up. Duffy hunting for the second row of the grid here. Jensen, he's half a second up now, and that's so.
If he gets, he's going to get the second row on the grid. It looks like he's going to get P3 at the moment. If he gets the final sector right.
Especially energy invalidity to be fine. I think he is our only driver to get a lap time on the board. So can he get himself up into that P3 slot? He's got the time to do it. Can he carry it to the line? And he does P3.
It. Big lap from Adam there. A P3 he got in Abu Dhabi as well last season. And he's going to be really happy with that lap. I'm 100% sure of that.
So
Jay Fletcher.
That was a scrap between the drivers there, Jensen. Yeah. A good fight between Nelly and Fletcher for that pole position. Nelly had more time, just ran out of fuel. You did say he was up in that other run. So that was the end of Nelly's run in the fuel in an 8/10 gap. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how close he would have been. But one thing we learned from that, Nelly and Fletcher, a different class compared to the other 18 drivers on the grid. But also Duffy getting that P3 by a good nearly half a second buffer to P4 as well. So he got the lap where it counted. So Fletch from Jelly first row, second row Duffy and Jelly, third row Pelly and Lewis, fourth row Ranger SPW, fifth row Matt and Mikey. What were you going to say, Jensen?
There's a big question here because everyone's done their time on the wet tyres. If it is a dry race, strategy's really blown into open water. The guy in pole is really
the guy in first is in driving position to do as he wishes.
That's the question though. You could have Nelly on mediums, Jay Fletcher on softs, and then getting like a overcut on him through traffic, or Nelly starting the softs and getting him off a start. It's so many different possibilities, but it's a dry race.
So let's hope nobody fails the restart and they all stay for a break. It's nice to see OTL bustling and hustling. Yes, you do what you need to do, Jensen. I will just chat crap for the next 5 minutes or so. So, standout performers from qualifying. Jay Fletcher, absolutely sublime pole position lap. Officer Duffy getting that car in the lead position in that second row of the grid. I think he'll be pretty happy with that. I know I certainly would in the wet. Who else? Pelly. I think Pelly maybe didn't show his full potential there. He said in try get a little bit of damage in his last two runs, so he lost P3. So the thing is now start. Everybody needs to get through the first lap clean, which is easier said than done at Monaco, even when everybody's trying to play ball and be fair as possible. It's just the nature of the circuit, you know. But if they can stay clean and get through the first lap, these guys have definitely shown that overtaking can be done here. So guys, please, welcome. Please, if you haven't already, like the video. If you haven't before, please sub to the channel. We are live 3 times a week, and the racing is spectacular, for sure. So sub, I dare you. Get in there. So yes, that would to me would say that Mr. Officer Duffy is rather happy with that P3. So as Jensen said, tyres soft, medium, or hard, and it's for me the pole position guys in the driving seat. He could probably go hard, seeing it doesn't matter if he's a little slower. If the guy behind's, I think the soft tyre you maybe come under attack. But if you start on the hards and the guys behind are on mediums and you're just going long, I think you're in a very good driving position to get a good result out of the race. And then safety cars, will we see one? Will we see more than one? Will we see any? Who knows? Monaco tends, I think it's probably got about a 60 or 70% hit rate at safety cars, so it's very high.
We didn't have we only had that one retirement last season, didn't we? And we didn't have anyone.
And it didn't bring a safety car either last season, did it?
And we didn't have anyone actually. I think we only had like one guy having a big moment, or two guys. I think it was Senna and Adam in qualifying. But other than that, everyone kept it very well. And that was in wet conditions, so that could be very different.
It's a bit interesting to see exactly where drivers go with their strategy. That is my biggest question. I know I've said it probably twice already, but that's my biggest question going into the race. Strategy is going to be huge. Undercuts are quite strong as well, and obviously track position being that critical. An undercut is really in the ballpark to get under a driver's skin. Once you get somebody behind, if you park your car in the right places here, it's virtually impossible to get an overtake done without somebody forcing it and causing an accident. And then that's on them, because you have the right to defend as the lead car. So, but interesting to see, chat. I'm excited. Should be a good one.
It's about timing it right, isn't it? The pit stops.
Yes. And safety car, I think. I think we could see a lot of drivers going for the softs here in fear of that early safety car.
I
think
I'm
a lot of
looking
people
at race
will be
director,
anticipating.
and it is a very interesting looking race director. This
So can
looking
I
at
see
the
this?
tyres,
Oh
everyone
yes,
is on.
I can. So there we go. Oh, that is a
One
lot
guy.
less uneven than I thought, Jensen. I am not going to lie. Whether that's one driver went that way and the front twos went that way and then they've just reacted, or maybe this is the strat that works. That to me looks maybe a medium soft or a medium soft or medium soft, but definitely on that route. So I think we might be close 2 or 5 minutes. The ready up has started. We'll see who that was. Mad G, Senna, Matt. Well, it could have been Mad G, so I think that may be us. Over a 5-minute break already. And ready to go racing. No skip in no restart, which is good to see. Well done, guys. I know 5-minute rule's a bit different for some leagues, but it's something OTL likes to do, and I quite like doing it in H1 myself. And
Okay,
I think giving
now we're
guys
in a
some
formation
time.
lap. I could just say my preferred strategy around here: medium to soft as possible.
So
Comfortable
that's what you think
tyre
we
wear.
are possibly going at, Jensen?
Yeah. I'm sure these guys will most likely go for that when it comes to that. And big weaves and a very slow climb up the hill in this formation up.
So let's put position gained and then our interval at the start. Get rid of
And
that. And
Pelly is
Pelly and
disqualified.
Lewis disqualified, so that's not going to be good going to the line.
Ah, no, guys, that's the third row as well. That's going to be chaos if they do not get the start off the line. They're going to be swarmed if tyres are going to be.
Skarma says
Back
good
cold.
luck. Yes, I think they're going to need the Skarma. But, well, I think we're about to see a bit of a showdown here.
Not just.
Is Jay Fletcher turning up? Now, if Jay Fletcher's a wheel driver,
He is.
see, I think he maybe just drives away here.
He
But
might be,
interesting, but we know how much of an advantage the wheel holds over pad at a circuit here like this, so if he can get the start and just get some momentum early doors in the race, I think he could be in a really strong position. But Nelly needs to stay calm. He's used to chasing guys down. He done it all last season, so it's nothing new to him, and very much something that he can take in his comfort zone.
Yeah,
Matt G and Mike now disqualified. Not too bad because it's near the end of the form lap, but not great at all. So Fletch from Nelly, Duffy from Jelly, Pelly from Lewis, Ranger from SPW, Mataman from Mikey, Tanner from Special Energy, Maggi from Mike, Senna from Chopper, Gentex from Sibo, and Pedro from Omar. I think it is your lights out, Jensen, so I will leave it with you, sir. I will watch the back.
Just like you say, it's going to be an interesting one. Paul never always wins the race, around Monaco even, so it's going to be a very interesting race. Let's hope Jay Fletcher and Nelly on the front row, and waiting for the lights now. We've got 5 lights on for the Monaco Grand Prix, and they're away and in a puff of smoke, and Nelly's got such a jump on Jay Fletcher into turn 1. I think there's been a lot of position changes going through the field. Lots of side
there's contact going up the hill, Jensen. There's a car spinning, there's carnage, there's cars turned everywhere. Oh my god, there's and there's a severe collision. From what I can make out, a McLaren was turned round. We have no retirements. I think everybody just picked up wing damage and a lot of penalties. Safety car up, so the 5-second time penalties will be able to be dropped off in the drivers, but it definitely... Nelly's just got a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Jay Fletcher, and he is going to have to serve that in the pits. So once everything filters back down, guys, we will be able to get a re-look at the running order of the grid. That was exciting. That is a good point. Do they box?
They're on the medium tyres at the moment, and Jay Fletcher passed Nelly and let him back through again. Jay Fletcher and Nelly, what are they doing under the safety car here?
Oh my god. So Jelly get the jump in Adam. We've had Mike gain 6, Tana gain 4, Sibo up 6, Pedro up 5. So all our losers from the start, I think it was Special Energy, Pelly, Mikey, SPW, Matoman gets a 5-second time penalty.
What's Jay Fletcher doing here? He's trying to make a move on Nelly there, or trying to get really close to him, must be, I don't know. But he can't be staying this close if he got that penalty with him.
So Mike is in for wing and another medium.
I think they might have got the penalty in the hairpin, which is a very easy place to make contact, so
let's hope we can get a view. So the running order, once everybody's out the pits, chat, we will get on board and get back, because we have literally half of the field in the pits.
Over the half of the field, and Mike is the first one to come out of the pits from all those guys, and he's the lead runner who's actually made a stop, so...
But he went medium to medium, so...
He
needs to stop again. Overtakes needing to be made for Mike, but he's up 4. Now the biggest gainer, Omar, from the back of the grid. He managed to avoid every bit of that carnage, Jensen. Come out, no wing damage, and being P9. On his hard compound tyre.
So, what did Senna go from? I'm pretty sure he went from the mediums to hards. Sebo Floater as well, he is gone from hard to medium. Do you think he'll go to the end on those tyres as well?
He may do, so I'm going to leave it with you for 1 minute, Jensen.
Yeah. So, see this guy's going through here. Yeah. What a start to a Monaco Grand Prix. Carnage out of turn 1, involving a very, very big amount of guys. I think half the field were involved with that. Half the field must have been picking up damage or just going for the safety car as an opportunity. but Nelly is leading at the moment with Jay Fletcher P2, both of them with penalties after contact on lap 1 as the safety car did come out. Jelly in the net lead at the moment, considering those penalties. And if he does get ahead, he's not going to be an easy guy to pass. Officer Doofy in P4. Also another guy who's not going to let go of these positions easy. F. Lewis P5. Ranger P6. Tanner P7. Mataman P8. Omar P9. And Mike completing the top 10 at the moment.
So I'm back, Jensen. Whew, what a start to the race.
A very crazy start that was.
Yeah, it did look like a bad accident, Mitch. I am sure there will be many views. I know that it's been 2 drivers at the moment, so safety car in. I'm getting good at this, coming back when safety cars are in on this lap. So the restart's pretty simple for the lead car. Yeah, Jay Fletcher would need to react pretty instantly to Nelly's pull away to get any sort of move done into the first corner, and Jay Fletcher looks under fueled. He's already got his fuel light on, so
he looks under fueled there. Nelly gets the start and he's going to keep the lead from turn 1, I think, and there's something just flashed up there. So there's another safety. Oh, there's Jay Fletcher as well at the moment.
So I think everybody seemed to get through the restart pretty well. We've got Mataman all over the back of Tani. Is he going to get a run in his hard compound tyre? Not quite. So let's have a look quickly at tyres. So
oh, Ranger! Oh, he's making a massive lunge on Adam into Mirabeau, and I'll tell you what, he's actually managed to get that done. What a brilliant move from him. And he goes up to P4.
Adam has some damage. I don't know if he's picked it up at the start or that was from that incident. So
as the yellow flag set to what's happening there, I think everyone's just concentrating
a bag up, yeah.
And he is backing off. Adam there, he's just let F. Lewis through as Adam got damage. He has got end plate damage. And oh, someone's clouded the barrier. It's a racing point. And Senna Martins gets a penalty.
And we've got Mad G going through on the inside, and Senna Martin there, and Mad G, oh, Senna's had a big snapper understeer there and picked up damage. That's unfortunate. He's been massively hunted by SPW. I think Senna's maybe going to have to box this lap now to get that
Jay
wing
Fletcher's
changed.
hit the back of Nelly. And that's damage, and he's really lost it. He's lost a lot of wing there. He's had a really bad exit, and Jay Fletcher, his...
Oh, yeah, but he loses
he's
more.
Gone now. Oh no. Poor Jay Fletcher there. He got a really, really good run into turn 1 and just went into the back of Nelly, and then the exit out of turn 1 really cost him there, and hopefully he carries on.
No bad incident, just too deep in the brakes and a rear end there, Jensen.
Yeah, sort of start. He got a little bit of wing damage, and then of course the back end going out, I think, caused a lot more there. But that is really unfortunate. Hopefully he carries on going. He's definitely a contender for this race win still, as long as there's more safety cars coming out, which you probably expect there to happen.
So I think Officer Doofy did box. He's went to the hard combat tire, dropped to the back of the grid. So running order, 5 laps into the race. After that safety car, we've got Nelly from Jelly, from Ranger, from Fletcher, Lewis P5, Tana 6, Matoman 7, Mike 8, Seabold 9, Mad G10, virtual safety car out. So that will help Fletcher out a bit. Yeah, Senna retired in the pits.
Oh no.
Where was I? So SPW now up to P10. Jay Fletcher's went to P11. Pelly 12. Omar. Oh, Pelly's in the pit as well, so he's going to filter down. So I think actually Fletch and Pelly is going to end up at the back of the grid. Have a great one. Way too much cake. Oh, Serge, I just realised you're not in the race. No way.
It's his birthday, I think.
Happy birthday, young man. Happy birthday to Serge. Happy birthday to Serge. I'm not singing anymore because I'm crap, but that's all you're getting.
It's unfortunate he gets to miss this race. It's been such a chaotic race. so far. And Sergio's brother Nelly currently leading this race as the VSC's just ended.
Closely hunted by Jellies, well within the DRS, although DRS has really next to no effect here, so it's irrelevant. But
yeah, but he has no penalty though.
So
that penalty that might have been caught under the safety car for Nelly might cost him here.
Yellow flag, sector 2 with a moment outside coming out tunnel, I'm not sure. So Matoman DRS open, I don't think he's going to be close enough to get a run on Tana into turn 1, so that position is going to stay exactly as is. Let's have a look further back down the field. Oh, and we have a big group of cars here actually. We have, is it J-Entex, followed by Mikey, Dr. Special Energy, Pedro catching up onto that group as well. So that's one to watch. We also have SPW, Magi and Sibo all in a scrap for P8-9. Sibo catching up to the back of Mike, who is now in the back of the Mato Montana fight, so things really starting to kick off. Mike in his medium compound tyre. We did say he had to make some positions. I think he was in P10 when he started on the medium, now P7, so definitely making the moves that he needs to get done to get himself moved up in the race.
Yeah, he's doing very good for Mike.
Keep singing, Chris, you sound great. No, Mitch, no. I cannot sing for the life of me, Mitch. Scottish don't do singing. Nelly with the fastest lap of the race in a 13.5.
He's trying to bridge that gap, isn't he? He needs to pull a gap. Nelly he does by the end of that stint. And he can extend his stint even more if he wanted to, because of that safety car. It's allowed him a bit.
And I've just noticed Ranger and Ethel Lewis now battling for P3 and 4, Jensen.
Yeah, and they got no penalties as well. It's all open here, on track, battling here. I think Ranger...
and Mike tried to get something done in Matoman, and he's dropped the car. I've just went on board there. He tried to get the power on too much, too early on the overtake button out of the top corner.
He's doing a 3-point turn, his car's coming.
And dropped the rear of the car.
Get it turned around again.
Well done, that man.
But I think he's got damage though, he's got big damage.
And he had such a good run. The car broke so late in the traction zone. That's why I think that's why Mike got on the overtake button expecting there to be the grip there, and SPW's made a move on the inside of Sibo, not quite got it done there. I just seen that from the background there on Magi's car. And here comes the overtakes, Jensen.
This is the stage of the race that I enjoy. Looking at all these guys so close at the moment. And SPW making
and here's Ranger and Lewis now having a battle into turn 1. Lewis has got through.
And Lewis got him. Yeah,
now Lewis, I think Lewis may have done that move off track. I'm surprised the game is maybe allowing that still to go through. Lewis, maybe not. Maybe my eyes perceived and that is not the case, but Lewis now, he could be on for a podium, he just needs to drive away. So it was one of the two McLarens caught up in that first incident, Jensen. It was a McLaren that gets spun on lap 1, and both McLarens are now P6 and P8, so recovering very, very well.
A very good recovery from both of them. And both of them fighting, guys, at the moment. It's a yellow flag in sector
3. It's a racing point. I think it could be Omar. It is. He's picked up more damage, so we think we could see Omar boxing this lap, and yes, he does. He filters into the pits. As Mike is trying to make gains on J-Entex, who just had to box himself, so I assume that would be for a new wing. Mad G picks up his first time penalty of the race for multiple warnings.
It's very, very unfortunate for Omar as well, running so strong after lap 1 in P9, and then
so Mike,
it's gone to shit.
Yes, Jensen, you're absolutely right. See, in regards to the lead battle as well, see if you were Jelly, would you box? Would you react to Nelly on the same lap because you know he's going to be held in the box for 5 seconds and take track position?
It does depend on the gap. If it is the same gap, I would do it if I was Jelly.
Just react to when he boxes because you know you're going to get track position that way anyway. Because I always think an undercut, an overcut's good. which an overcut it would be because he's going to be held in the box. But if you pick up damage, trying to push that bit extra, the overcut
Mike
is
on
gone.
another set of medium.
So he's gone for
and
that, and he
up
picks
a
up a
penalty as
penalty.
well.
God's sake, Michael.
That's really, really unfortunate from at the moment. After that spin, some guys have fell down the field because spins and instants. Many is sort. We've had only one safety car though, which is crazy for 11 laps around Monaco.
Yes, and only one driver gone, and everybody seems to be driving pretty smooth now as well.
Last man in the pits,
possibly
going hard,
Jay Fletcher gets another time penalty.
So he serves a 5 seconds, and he has another 5 seconds, I think, as well. This man, and he's on the medium tyres. A yellow flag. What can that be?
Jay Fletcher retiring in the pits. He's had enough for the day.
That is really gutting for Jay Fletcher there.
I think Pedro's boxing. He could have wing damage himself. Yes, he does. So he's in to get that changed.
And Mataman, he gets out just ahead of the Ferrari, does he? Chopper Harry, the side by side got the hill, and Mataman just slots in front there. That was very close comfort.
So a long way to go. Still 28 laps in this race, so
yeah, Mataman goes to the end.
Things to be done.
So Mataman went from the hard tyres to the medium tyres. So he is set to go to the end here, and he's got Officer Doofy right in front of him, who's also set to go to the end.
Oh, that's right, Officer Doofy.
He's on the hard tyres as well, so this is going to be a good little battle, this. Sure, and Mataman picks up a penalty. Is that... That's his first non-game-given penalty from like contact or anything, just track limits.
Saying he still has 8 seconds in penalties. Oh, and there's a Ferrari storming in there. Chopper Harris nearly picks up some
and Adam in the pits
wing damage
again.
And he boxes away.
What is happening to Adam? And he has more damage. I think he might have hit the wall.
Guys really starting to struggle on the perimeters and the walls of track. I think Mikey is driving wounded as well. So let's filter through all our guys. Let's see who our wounded driver is. Nelly is good. Jelly is wounded.
Jelly's got missing. He's got a missing.
Lewis is good. Ranger is good. Tana is good.
To be honest, actually, Nelly just has to keep out of the wall, and he should be fine from Jelly, because Jelly will have to change his wing, possibly.
That is a good point. Unless he changes it to no and goes for track position over wing change.
That could be interesting, choosing a wing change or not.
Yes, not something we think about very often either.
Yeah, you got a 5 second penalty for Nelly, but you have a wing change, potential wing change for Jelly.
Which is probably an equaliser in that 5 second penalty.
Yeah, they're both 5 seconds, both about 5 seconds. I'd say the wing change is a bit more though. Like a second more, I'd say.
And by the time you lose, if you were to push an extra lap as well, compared to Nelly in an outlap with a fresh wing, it's quite dramatic. So that is a good point, Jensen. I know what I would be doing. That MFD would be set straight to no. I'd take track position in Monaco over anything, any day.
But the problem is though, if you look at the gap and then look at the laps remaining, you got another 14, 15 laps until you stop.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go for a very early overcut, or undercut, actually.
So the closest gap at the moment is Officer Duffy and Chopper Harris. For some reason these cars are gold.
And Pelly as well. Pelly's right behind and he's using a lot of energy there. Adam has basically all his energy at his disposal. There's Nelly, who's lapped these guys, and Adam and Pelly pick up a penalty. Pelly's got 12 seconds for penalties.
Monaco is brutal on the penalty front. Absolutely brutal. So this is the battle that seems to be at large at the moment. We've got a weird sounding car driving past us. Sounds like it's misfiring like mad.
Whereabouts?
In the Officer Duffy group. You just if you watch it off board for a while, like the broadcast cam, you'll hear it every now and then. It sounds like there's a very broken engine going around there. I don't know if you can hear that, chat, but somebody's misfiring like mad. Did you hear it, Jensen?
It's hard to hear it. I think for me. And Nelly's being unlapped by his teammate.
Oh, and Duffy gets more damage.
Oh, is yellow flag in the sector there?
Stay out, Duffy. Stay out. Good.
He is. He's not the best of races at all as Otl-Season.
No.
Really.
Oh, and Jelly's in. Jelly's in. Is this an attempt at an undercut? Pelly's retired. Is that in the pits?
He is changing his wing as well. What tyre is he on?
I think Pelly retired in the pits. Hard compound for Jelly.
Oh, is Nelly going to react? Is he going to carry on? Surely he's going to try and carry on this.
It's interesting.
It depends. Jelly's in clean air though.
He
Very clean air.
SPW and Mad G ahead, but I think they're lapped cars.
5 seconds though.
Yes.
And by the time you might catch them up, it might be enough.
So looks maybe as if it's gone into Jelly's favour here. One to keep an eye on. A bit interesting to see when Nelly
It's a very
boxes.
interesting one, that, because he did change his wing. Just say that.
Oh yes,
so he did lose.
So
he's lost a net second to Nelly. When Nelly pits, I think he will come out ahead of the Mad G SPW train.
So that's where you think he'll be? In front?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it will be. Ooh, and Jelly's behind it, so that is not good. I think Jelly's got some ground to make up then, if he wants to win this race. Mad G and SPW, this should be a good fight.
Tell you what, F. Lewis is having a very, very good race as well in P2.
The young lad has for sure turned up at Monaco.
And he hasn't got a penalty as well. And with Nelly with a 5-second penalty, the chances of winning,
I think he can get a podium for sure. Podium, I think even is a given.
Oh, is the yellow flag in the final sector? What is that?
What's
Is
happening?
that Pedro? I think that's Pedro, and he was a bit slow there. And he's fighting Chopper Harris here. Chopper Harris is all over the back of him. And Chopper Harris is going up the inside.
Side by side
the
hill.
hill.
The hill, Pedro. Fair driving there.
Very wise to back off
there. And they're now getting blue flagged from, I'm not sure who.
Nelly.
I think it could be Nelly.
Nelly starting to struggle in these tyres a bit. These guys back here.
Something weird going on with the Alpha Tauri cars. They sound absolutely horrendous.
I can hear it now.
We didn't see that, Pelly. Make sure you get a clip of it, dude. We didn't see that incident, unfortunately, mate. So, Duffy and that's in a tough position at the moment because Nelly's on. Duffy's got more damage. He's just really lost the right end plate, and he maybe box. Yeah, he's in. And Nelly's in. Nelly in. So let's keep an eye on Jelly.
Oh, what is he going to go for? It looks like he's going to go for hard tyres then. Yeah, and he's serving that penalty. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. Jelly caught up so much to that train as well, and you saw the guys back there, they were much faster than him. And he's got blocked by the AlphaTauri coming out the pits. But I think he's safe from the guys there.
Yeah,
he will rejoin in the lead.
Yeah.
Actually, he rejoined P4.
Lewis just stayed out.
If Lewis extends this, and if there's a late safety car that comes out, Lewis will be
Does
the
he
biggest
chance
winner.
it? Does he do it? Does he just stay out and try and take the tyres another 10 laps and hope? Just
He's
hope?
not fighting Jelly or Nelly here at the moment. Potentially Jelly, actually, I would say, but at this rate, he knows he's going to get a podium the way he's going, so he just has to keep going as he is until the stop and try and go for the softs. That's what I would do if I was in his shoes at the moment, and he's putting in good pace still.
And he looks very smooth and consistent.
Yeah. And there's a yellow flag, and it's Nelly and Ranger has had a moment with him, I think, or Nelly must have gone for a move.
Nelly,
yellow flag's
no
clear.
damage.
And Ranger's falling behind Jelly and SPW. Jelly's yet to get past SPW yet.
And
not getting the
SPW's
runs.
not
Out
going
he
to.
is.
He's not going to fight it. Whoa! And that was near a
Oh,
big
wow.
accident coming out the pits. That was great awareness there from Jelly. Lewis was just pulling out.
Wow.
As he was at the inside of the track, it was. Oh, Jensen, they were inches away for a huge crash.
Lewis is right behind these guys now. Lewis is in a very, very strong position.
I think he just needs to play cool now. There's Lewis here, but the win was maybe there if he extended in the safety car, but guaranteed podium. Just needs
I'll
to
tell you
keep
what,
it clean.
if a safety car does come out,
He could go for track position.
I do hate to remind you about this, but you do remember Saturday. That could be a big situation with the guys on the hard tyres. If the guys went for like something like softs or anything, that'd be very, very big, even around Monaco.
So with 20 laps to go, could we see it prevail? The safety car come out yet again? We got and safety car's out. I'm just literally as I'm saying it.
My!
It's come
Oh,
out.
Lewis, no! Actually, I would say that's okay. The softs aren't really the viable option, I would say. But does F. Lewis hit the medium tyres? He's got a 15-second gap behind him right now, I think. With Sebu block.
But you know what this means? SPW is the biggest gainer. SPW with staying out on
That
the
is-
tyre. I think he was one of the guys that gets spun round right at the start. He has got himself now up into P3.
He
With a free
went
pit
on to
stop.
lap 2 on those tyres. He's got to give it some to keep those tyres, but he's got another safety car to keep them. And P3 at the moment is SPW's position. Does he pit though?
Well, I think he does, because even if he's P4, isn't it? I think they've got
gonna
the gap
lose
back
out.
to Sebo, and Ranger needs to pit as well, surely.
I think he might go down to P5 at this rate. Ranger does have to pit, yes. He has been on those softs since lap 1.
So I think SPW and Ranger both pit here.
There he
And
stays out.
SPW, if everything
SPW
goes well,
in,
he comes
Ranger
out
in.
P3, P4 here.
F. Lewis into P3 now. He could try and challenge the leaders.
So SPW, oh, he's getting a change of wing. This might hurt him. But so is Ranger.
So is Ranger.
So I think SPW's going
He
to
should
get out
retain
clear.
position.
But
Sebo
Sebo's got
is got
through
to
and he's
4.
been held there. Oh no, that was just a bit of a...
Yeah,
a delay.
SPW keeps that. Mad G's going to come around the final corner as well. Is Mad G going to take the position? Look how close this is going to be. Mad G does into P5. He's got 6 seconds of penalties.
So once everybody is caught back up, we will get a run through chat of exactly what the running order is.
Soft tyres for Mikey, so he's going to try and take those a very big distance.
Interesting stuff.
That is bold stuff there from Mikey.
Could be huge.
Really don't perform well at the high percentages, and they do go up very quickly. I expect him to be the edge of a puncture, I would say.
So I think they'll have about 2 laps of safety car, looking at where the pack is, maybe less, maybe just...
As long as everyone catches up.
Maybe after this lap, in fact. Excuse me.
Mike is going to be able to catch up as well. And he's on the medium tyre. How many medium tyres has Mike gone for? He's made 4 stops. He's gone from his first set of mediums to his other set of mediums, back to his first set, into hard tyres, and now he's on his best set. Which I don't know what would be. I think it would be his second set. I'm getting confused with numbers here.
So let's see now as it stands. Position gainers. Sibo up 14 positions, Mad G up 8, SPW up 2, F Lewis up 3, Jelly up 2, Nelly into the lead, Tana up 3, Mikey's gained 1, Gentex up 5, Pedro up 5, Omar up 4, Officer Duffy P3 to P13. A couple of penalties to boot as well. Let's have a look at just exactly what they are. So it's 6 seconds for Mad G, 3 seconds for Ranger, 3 seconds for Matt, 3 seconds for Dr. Special Energy, 3 seconds for J Intex, 3 seconds for Duffy, 6 for Mike, and 9 seconds for Omar. So it's control time, I think, for Jelly and Nelly. Sorry, Jelly needs to try and put the pressure on at the restart. Slightly fresher tyre, so that plays to a slightly older tyre.
It could happen. Lewis could put the pressure on Jelly as well.
So we'll leave it on the positions change. This will be, the last lap of safety car, I would think. I could be wrong, there is a stray Alfa Romeo way back there. It could hold us up. Ranger gets a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with SPW. Oh, and Ranger, that's why you get penalties, buddy. You need to be careful with that, dude. You get very close to SPW though.
I think this might be the final lap on the safety car if Mike catches up. If he doesn't, it'll be out for another lap.
So I think as well, we've got Omar in this pack as a blue flag, which could get quite confusing. We know what blue flag cars can be like in the middle of a racing pack. Things can get a little strange very quickly. So let's hope the guys stay very aware. Oh, I am yawning so much. Excuse me, chat. Apologies. Jensen's making me sleepy. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm feeling a bit sleepy myself, mate.
But soldier on me will. Not sleepy because it's been a poor race. So safety car is in this lap. Mike's not even get the chance to catch up. The games went, nah, Mr. Irish, you've took too long. Enough is enough. So Nelly takes control of the pace of the field. We will stay with him. as he weaves to get as much temperature, and he looks to be gone now, so that's it, it's game on. Oh, small snap, oh, and that was...
Oh, Mike's going to be careful as he catches up to the guys.
I don't know,
Nelly's gone.
it's interesting there.
Oh, he hasn't got a great start. Jelly's over the back of him, and he's... Oh, look at this, he's going for a little move there.
Here comes Jelly out the
going up the hill now.
And the top.
Jelly wants this win.
He's
so
gone
he's
to the
going up the inside
inside.
into the casino. And he's not going to make the move though. This is great racing.
And is he going to go for one on the inside? Nelly's probably going to defend that. He's putting the car in the middle of the road. He knows where it needs to be.
Really good position of the car there for Nelly. He knows Jelly all over him there. He's used half of his bar of energy.
Oh, and there's bumping and banging and bits of everything everywhere in that field, and I think some more guys have picked up more damage. Officer Duffy gets another time penalty for multiple warnings. SPW, is he lost out to Matt G? SPW has got a time penalty now. That could be one of the 5 seconds though.
Sibo is on the mediums. Let's just say that. Going to the end of the race.
Looking very pacey, not using any ERS, just staying right on the back left loose, so
and
Sibo could be on for a shoot
as well. There's a yellow flag, and that Mike and Pedro having a fight here. Carrying on from Spain at the back. I think they might have had a bit too much contact.
Oh, and Mike's boxing.
Yeah. And Tanner's lost a few positions. He's in the pits. That's why Ranger's in the pits as well, so he's lost all that positions.
F. Lewis doing really well here, he's still in the back. If you look at Jelly out the top 3, Jelly's the driver pushing the hardest. So, interesting stuff ahead. I think F. Lewis, as it stands, if he can keep the car out of the wall, he has a little more pace on tap. Certainly a lot more ERS, double the advantage nearly.
Yeah, much more than both the front running guys at the moment. Oh! Very, very well avoided there from F. Lewis. He saw
fair
that
play to Sibo as well. He's made a big mistake there and he's managed not to go and smack the leaders through the corner. Oh, and SPW maybe looking at a move up the outside into the last couple of corners, wasn't quite there. Guys certainly wanted to get overtakes done now, so it's game on.
That's lost the gap though for F. Lewis. F. Lewis has dropped all the way off because of that. Very, very good awareness though. He saw that coming. That must have been very scary for him.
Yes. Yes. So Jelly trying hard to get Nelly. The two names I keep getting mixed up all day, and then the two pests go and put themselves P1 and P2 in the grid and make my day even harder. So it's Nelly from Jelly, and that is the correct order. I am not just making mistakes. So Lewis seems to be catching a bit of a train behind.
So 4 DNFs so far. We've had Chopper Harris most recent, Pelly, Jay Fletcher early laps, and Senna as well on the first few laps. And it's a very, very interesting one now.
So can Sibo use his medium tyre here? He's absolutely on the back of Lewis. Can he use the medium tyre to get the better run? Not. Lewis is good out of the last corner in the hard compound and just pulls away too much.
Oh god, really close.
Did you wince a bit there, Jensen? Special energy and Officer Duffy both boxed. Pedro now up into the top 10. For a race for Pedro that looked almost away, he's got himself up 9 positions now, one of the biggest gainers of the grid.
If he gets close enough to these guys, if he can catch up to this train of people, he could possibly jump up into P5 from these
Game on for Pedro.
Sibo's the main one with 10
and I think
seconds
this is not what Mikey needed, Jensen. He is in big trouble, stuck behind these guys on the soft compound tyre.
So
Mad G gets another time penalty.
9
He is.
seconds for Maggi.
Sebo on 10 as well. So I think there's going to be some huge position changes at the end of this race.
Yeah, we're on lap 28 as well. We've got 11 laps to go now.
And look at this train now. We've got Lewis from Sebo, from SBW, from Maggi, from Mikey, Matoman. GN-Tex can maybe get yourself up into that field. So a fight from third to 8th. Literally a fight for the podium all the way back to P8. How much do they want it? How much are they willing to risk to get a move done? 10 laps to go. It's time to find out.
Guys, yeah.
Mikey needs to make a lunge. He needs to get himself moving up that
He's losing way too
order.
much time.
And it's going to be killing these soft tyres.
I wouldn't say it's killing them really. He's not having to push them way too much.
True, yeah, he is going at the
these
pace
guys.
of the hard compound. That is a
But
good point.
he's losing out his opportunity on those softs to actually make progress. You see, he's got a bit of oversteer as well. So the tyres might start to go off already. And he's got 10 laps to go to nurse them to the end. He's got in a very, very, very strange position.
Pedro just needs to keep himself on track.
What's happened here? Jelly's in the pits. He's got damage and he's pitting.
Oh wow.
He didn't need to do that. He really didn't need to do that. He's really cost himself there. And he's on medium tyres as well. Oh, it's all gone to...
No,
it's all
Jelly.
gone for Jelly. But that means Mikey's now on for a podium here. F. Lewis in P2. And Nelly has got... looks like no one to challenge him. He just has to bring it home.
Good day in the office for Nelly as it stands. I think he will be very happy with the outcome.
80% energy as well, still in the bag. Of that Ferrari.
Safety car out, Jensen!
Car. It's a crash at Mirror. Oh no, don't tell me. I think Jelly might have. I don't think that's an accidental crash as well. Looking how far in Mirabeau is. You would never expect someone to crash there.
Unless he's maybe just missed the brakes and bounced off the wall and went down the slip road. But I tell you who this is huge for. Does Pedro stay out?
Pedro could get a podium here. He could get a podium if he... I'd say he has to stay out.
Oh, there is those drivers pitting.
If Mikey... Yeah, Mikey's in the pits. Pedro... Oh, come on, Pedro.
Pedro on for the podium.
He's got wing damage, but is he going to carry on the Red
Pedro,
Bull?
no!
He's going to the pits. Oh, no. And Tanner pits, though. What about these guys behind? Is Ranger going to pit? Ranger carries on.
No,
that's not good for Pedro. Pedro's took a massive, massive risk. And he's preparing his wing now.
I think he could have stayed.
But
Mikey should have stayed on the hard.
Mikey did not pit.
Yeah, he is. He's on a new soft.
Did he? Wait, did he?
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
he
the
did,
tyres look shiny.
But the top two guys didn't pit, actually.
Did Sebo? Sebo
that
did.
That is big.
Oh.
Mikey could be on for a win if he clears the traffic quickly here.
Oh, that is game on.
That is something big for Mikey. He'll be on for his first ever podium.
Pedro gave away
world.
His first OTL podium.
Yeah. Slash HUR slash OTL. Man, you called Mr. Saturday in one of the seasons. So he took 2 pole positions. He could be on for a dream victory if he gets through this tag. And
Nelly does not get them easy. Even with
Nelly
Glock not here, he is having to work hard. That is very true. Track position is huge.
He's got track position. He just has to keep the energy high, get the gap. It's not going to be easy to get the gap against F. Lewis. F. Lewis is going to go all send as well. It's going to be, I'd say, Mikey, Nelly, and Lewis are the main 3 guys for this victory. Tanner and P12 ahead of Pedro now, so it's a net P5 for Pedro at the moment. Oh, these final few laps are going to be crazy.
Wild. And what I would say now, if you're a driver that's went to the soft tyre and don't get moves made on the guys in front that didn't pit, then it's for nothing. So P7 to P13, P14 is time to turn up.
These guys are definitely going to be turning up here. They're all going to be caught up, so the safety car should be in this lap as well. We have 7 laps of racing around Monaco. 7 laps for Mikey to gain 6 positions. 7 laps for Nelly to hold off F. Lewis. 7 laps for Lewis to try and make a move to possibly take his first win. And
safety car not
no
in
one's
this
caught
lap.
up. It's not caught up yet.
So we will one more
Racing
lap.
point.
We will
It
have
could
6
come up-
racing
It
laps.
could come in very late. No, it doesn't. So it's another lap. That helps the hard guys.
Mike last, yes, Brock. He is. Although I would expect I don't envy anybody on pad at this circuit at all.
Well, I wouldn't say he's last. Omar is last at the moment. He's 2 laps down, and he is still driving.
That's
But
a good point.
yeah, Mike has not had the greatest of races. He had a very good start, but he really dropped down after his crash.
Pedro beating Mike after all the smack talk. Shadows, if you've just tuned in, Pedro had the opportunity, had a little bit of wing damage, but it's too hard to overtake, to finish on the podium there, and he chose to box to P13.
He had an opportunity of a lifetime. He would have been P8 on the track as well. He lost himself 5 positions doing that.
P8 in the circuit with every driver, 6 seconds in penalties or more.
And you have Mikey as well. He's there. And he's on brand new softs. Those softs aren't going to go off. They're going to be better than all the tyres come to the end of the race. And
So,
that is something they're going to have to deal with now.
Filtering information from Officer Duffy is that he has had wheel issues.
Oh.
It feels like it is desynced. That is a very
And
good
safety
point. It
car
does
is
seem
out.
that Pedro thing to do. So safety car in.
That's a bit unfortunate.
6 to
but
go.
Goofy there.
All on Nelly. He's not been massively
controlling
sharp.
this.
Probably wanted more out of his restarts
He
than he
needs the
did.
temperature.
But
He needs the temperature as much as he can here. Can't afford to lose out on this restart. He knows after Lewis to be there. He goes now.
so game on.
And he did not get away too well though. And F. Lewis is going to stay right with him, but Nelly's going to hold the lead into turn 1 as everyone goes. And Mikey has got Matterman all the back of him.
Defends
Both
the
on new
inside
softs.
line. Well,
He doesn't want to lose out to Matterman. He has a penalty. And Mikey's going to keep at the moment as they all go through the Casino Square section.
so can Mikey get the moves done early? Something he couldn't quite get done earlier. I think he needs to just go for it. You need to just get brave and put that car up the inside. Another driver say, I'm taking this position.
Out of here. Giants is the guy in front of him. Here comes Mikey.
That's
He's getting the run.
Get in
But
that
Giants,
door,
yeah,
use all
is
that
defending.
overtake.
Holy cow.
Not pushing, so maybe Mikey just using the pace of the tyre to keep himself in the pack to benefit from the penalties. F.O. Lewis doing everything he possibly needs to do to keep himself in that P2 position. It's a high pressure situation as well. First time he's really been in a situation like this, so fair play to him. Seems to be very much under control, although he does have a big train of car behind.
It's been a faultless race for F. Lewis, this has.
Here, Ranger YouTube
Let's actually
out
check the
of
penalties.
rear
Let's actually
S.
check the warnings. Nelly's he's only had 1 warning this entire race. F. Lewis has had 2, 1 on lap 1 and 1 later laps. So F. Lewis is more at risk of a penalty. which you don't want to get because he'll drop down to P3 if he does, if Mikey's close enough.
Oh, that is a good point. Oh, and we've got car side by side, Tanner side by side, the Doctor Special Energy, and gets the move done down the inside into turn 4. Beautiful.
It's a bit of wing kicked up there, and look at Doctor Special Energy trying to go for a move there. You can see little bits of wing flying off. Someone, I don't know.
And here comes Tanner, he seems to be getting a run now. On Ranger,
Oh,
is he going to send one
down
the outside? Good car positioning from Ranger, he manages to get the car back, he's going to try and go right
that's
downside
not
on
the
this
right
contact!
move.
No!
Oh, that was a bit silly there from Tanner in my opinion there. That is not a place to go for a move.
No, you do not go around the outside in that corner, there is no space
you
at all.
cannot go side by side there. And Ranger gets a penalty, and Ranger has lost a lot of his wing, and he has not got anything to lose anymore. He's got Omar 2 laps behind him, so he can try a fastest lap if he wants to.
Mikey on the back of JNTEX. JNTEX
Oh,
all over the back of Maggi.
JNTEX.
Oh, he thought about getting down the
Oh.
outside, not quite that time. So close, look at the gaps between the cars through the hairpin. 1 millimetre or 1 mile an hour faster, and you are getting damage.
Nelly not pulling away too much from F. Lewis. He's keeping it good, but F. Lewis is starting to close in a little bit more. Is up now back under a second, coming into the final sector.
Oh, and here goes Sebo. Is he going to try and get him moving the outside?
Oh,
Yes, he
and
is. Here he
took the
goes.
opportunity.
Oh,
this can
he's
be a
left
big
for
one.
Lewis, he's given space, he's tried, F. Lewis, he did try his best there, he tried to get the car over,
Yeah.
so I think
Look
that's
at
fair play. He's going to try
SPW.
and go on the outside line, he's going to send it, there's going to be contact, they're doing their best, and Sebo is pushing it, oh, no contact again through side by side,
Great
and Lewis
racing from those
retains the
guys.
position.
And look at SPW, he's right in the back of Sebo as well. Does he want a piece of that? JNTEX and Maggi. Oh, it's a big lock up for JNTEX. He almost hits the back of Maggi, and Mikey almost goes to the back of him. Mikey losing out a lot of time to these guys. F. Lewis has lost out about 2.5 seconds from that interaction with
So Pedro
Sebo.
looks to, he's going way inside the top 10 here. Way inside if the gaps stay low. But interesting to see. Maybe all not lost. Maybe the soft tire line up to stay in the pack because he was falling off on the hard.
Picks up a penalty.
I think he has transitioned to pad, so I think we'll let him off for that one. So all Lewis needs to do now, he's got a couple of laps
he's
to go.
crashed out! Oh no, he's crashed out.
There will
at the
be no
swimming pool
safety car.
chicane near about, and it's it's not going to be a safety car. It's too late for a safety car to come out. That is really unfortunate for Adam there. Really unlucky with the issues.
Was that wing damage? Did I see? Did somebody get wing damage? I think Sebo might have there. Is that going to put him under pressure from SPW? I think Sebo's lost end plate.
He's hit the wall again.
Oh,
he's hit the back of F. Lewis
Lewis.
as well. Oh, he's really... Oh no, not again, not again. Sebo's really right on the back of him now. He's really pushing him. Literally.
Yes. He's a man on a mission, I think.
Here comes
Lewis
Mikey.
still
I
good
think
down.
Mikey's getting a run here. He doesn't use the energy. He sticks behind JNTX. And Mataman and Mike are fighting here. Both very close to side by side. Pedro's on the back of Mike as well. Pedro's got a penalty. Tanner and P11.
So Nelly comes to the line to open the last lap. It seems to be a cruise control mission from the man himself out in front. But the story of the day, Jensen, must be F. Lewis. An absolute sublime drive strategy down to a T, and he looks set to drive home a very valiant P2, and not one that can be taken away because he has drove there.
Yeah, I think Sebo is going to be a bit disappointed in himself with those little mistakes at the chicane. He got 10 seconds from that, and that cost him a P3 there. Other than that, it's been a very good drive from him, also from P18.
So I see Mike and Pedro have actually gained on some rivals. They're now up to P8 and P9, but Pedro now has a time penalty.
Looking like it's going to stay
Is he
as it
going to
is.
send one here? No, I don't think he's going to be close enough.
Here comes Nelly into the final two corners. Comes the Raskas, and he's going to round the final corner, and he's going to pick up his second win in Monaco, his second win of the season. A flawless drive from Nelly. F. Lewis is going to pick up his first podium.
He is a happy boy. Sebo will be P3, SPW gets to
and
P3.
is Mikey going to pick up the podium?
He
Mikey
does.
picks up the podium.
So
His
Nelly
first
from
podium.
Lewis, from Mikey P3, SPW 4, JNTEX gets up to 5, Tana 6, Sebo 7, Magi 8, Pedro 9, Mike 10, Dr. Special Energy P11, Martoman P12, Ranger P13, and I actually think even though retirement, Officer Duffy will retain the P14.
Yeah, Omar's going to be finishing the race in P15. So that means Adam, even though he retired, he'll pick up the points still, as he finished 90% of the race at least.
F. Lewis, take a bow.
Very, very good drive from F. Lewis. Very good drive from Mikey. A bit unlucky with the train there. That could have cost him a potential victory if he did get the train there.
See if the guys want to come for a duty chat. Let me find Nelly.
2 weeks in a row for Nelly.
Yes, it's a fine way to start. Yes. Jay Fletcher maybe looked as if he had the pace that instant, obviously maybe want to be looked at. But not today. Nelly prevailed. So maybe Fletcher will show something next week, Jensen. As I just scroll through my list trying to find Nelly. It's taking a little second. Where is Nelly? Do you have Nelly, Jensen? Where is it? Oh, I'm just going to search it. It's easier to do it this way. Nelly. And then once I search, hopefully, there we go, we can get the guys in. Don't know if they'll all join. Some may not. We know Nelly will. F. Lewis, Mikey, we've never had them in this situation. They may be willing to come and say how their race went, they may be not. That is entirely up to themselves. So
There
Nelly
he is.
joins. We will just kick off with our race winner. Nelly, what a drive,
Hello,
sir.
hello, hello.
Yes, Nelly.
You got to be
Nice.
happy after that.
To be honest, I drove terribly. I can't believe I won that race.
But the win, it's a good sign if you're driving bad, but still winning.
Chris, do you actually know who this is?
Who? Oh,
Come
it's
on.
Surge! No! I take it you're with your brother.
Wait, what?
I've gate crashed the press
Oh my
conference. Thank you.
Happy birthday, sir.
No, Sunil was sick today, so I did the race instead. So I led from start to finish. Thank you very much.
Oh, nice.
Do you want to know the actual truth? Sunil's doing a poo.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
You gate crasher. Alright, we'll go the other way and we'll wait till...
Oh no, he's here. He's gonna
Oh,
kill
right,
me. He's gonna kill me. Say happy birthday. Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Serge. Now get out of my room. Love you, bro.
So that's...
GG's, man.
I just want to say well done to Sunil. Like, that was a great race, and constructors champions, here we come.
Just funny.
It's looking very much
So,
that way at the moment.
the real Nelly, and not some disguised Surge. You got to be half there after that.
Oh, that was the most difficult race I've ever done.
Looked
That
tough one.
It was difficult. But it's so fun to fight with people around Monaco. But yeah, it was just the safety cars were so annoying because I couldn't. You probably saw how slow I was after the safety car went back in. So
Yeah.
it was just keeping heat in the tyres. But apart from that, it just to keep out the wall, no penalties, bring it home, and I just give it all to my start. Really, my start was immense. So it was. I'm happy with the race. I'm happy with the race.
Good. I think it looked maybe a bit shaky in qualifying, track position being so critical at Monaco, but the race played out right into your hands, I would say. And once you got in front, it was utter control.
It was just trying to stay ahead. Jelly, I was in quali. I think I was probably equal to quickest. I think I had more time in quali, but in the race there was 4 or 5 guys that were faster than me. But I just had to keep ahead, keep it, bring it home, and just let the race plan plow out how it goes, and just bring it home. And it's just just take the win. The hardest win of the year, and I'm happy I got it again.
Yes, so congratulations, sir. Very well driven
buddy.
and very thoroughly deserved. We'll jump on to the man of the hour. I think he joined the party. Is Ethan here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ethan, you sound so young. Ethan, what a drive.
I know, just like, you sat there turn 1, you see Pelly to the left and you're just like, I'm gonna get clattered, but no, I always end up going into Pelly, but turn 1 was fine, just like, you sat there about a millimetre to the barrier each side of you, Pelly on the other, somehow kept it, and I just had people in front of us overtake on Ranger and the racing point. I was sat there ready to do a Max Verstappen. I was just waiting for the barriers, but
Sounds like a simple way of doing things.
yeah.
Doesn't sound too hard.
Somehow I had some grip and I just got through. And then I was sat there watching Jelly. I was just sat there like happy with P3 with the guy behind who sent a dive bomb and I nearly pooped myself. But
yes, we caught that on stream out the tunnel. He came at you like a dart.
That was very. I've got to commend you on that though. That was really, really good awareness of seeing with it. If you didn't pull out, yeah.
I just looked behind us to see a flying dart coming towards us, and I was just like, "That is a house." And I was just.
I
sat
saw
there
that in my rearview mirror. I thought he was going to skip across the chicane and hit me. That was terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
that's right.
just sat there, just like here. I was just like, I've had a clean race. Look behind us, see a Haas come flying towards us. I was like, and that's the end of that. But somehow I survived and P2, so I was quite happy with that.
Yeah, you should be. Take a lot of confidence from how you drove today. Monaco is not an easy place, especially when you're being hunted. It's very easy to make a mistake. So take this and at a young age, take a lot of confidence to how you drove today and take that forward into the season ahead.
Yep, and probably starting from Friday, I'm on a wheel, so.
Oh, so maybe more to come.
Be big.
Watch out, Nelly, you say.
These youngsters coming too fast.
I know
Wait
how
back a
that
bit.
feels. Yes.
No, I look forward to fighting for the rest of the season. It's going to be close.
Yeah, except I couldn't even finish at Spain. I couldn't finish at Monaco without finishing at Spain. Don't know how.
Oh.
And onto Mr. P3. Not P3 at the line, but I think on the softs knew what you had to do to get that P3 in the end. Mikey? Are you here?
I was gonna risk it and gamble and go all the way to the end on the previous softs, and then that safety car come out, and I wasn't really gonna lose anything, so I decided to put another fresh set on and give it everything.
Yes.
Get past, I think EF still
Sorry, carry on.
hard to pass right,
Yeah, it is. Some people tried, and I think when other drivers watched people trying and them becoming more kind of dive bombs and harsh moves than fair overtakes. I think it just made people a bit wary, because obviously the last thing you need at Monaco is wing damage.
Oh, it's a killer. I know. So, yeah, just tried to keep it clean, and I knew loads of people were going to get penalties. I think we only had one warning, so I was thinking I should gain a bit at the end anyway.
Did you?
That is your specialty.
Yes, you're being very, very consistent in keeping the penalties off the timesheets. So, pays dividends when the race, especially, I know myself about what safety cars do at the end of races with guys with no penalties. It hurts. You know, so, yeah, I think you showed good pace today, and I think you've threatened a podium the times you've raced in OTL. It's maybe just not came, so hopefully this is the start of many more.
Hopefully. And Stephen tried taking me out at the start, bless him.
SPW.
Yeah.
That doesn't even surprise me. Doesn't even surprise me.
Terrible. He does everything.
Oh, is that when he was stuck like facing the wall?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I couldn't go in.
Oh, so it was less an incident and more bad tactics from SPW. That makes sense.
I don't know what he'd done. He lost it, and basically he was.
Oh no.
With his car.
Yeah, that got a good reaction on stream at the start. Ah, that was unfortunate. So, before we end, we have one call, and I think it's an easy call today, Jensen. There is one driver that stands out hugely, and that would be young Ethan. So, my call for driver of the day, I don't know about yours, but it would most definitely be Ethan.
I totally agree with you, man. That it was not just being consistent with the driving around there. He kept out the walls, kept off the penalties, and also, of course, with Cebu sending up the inside, great awareness as well. So, well deserved driver of the day.
So, on that note, chat. Yes, it was a good Monaco race. Maybe more safety cars than anticipated and more than the first. But definitely full of excitement, and yes, for the drivers, a stressful one. But on to next week we go, or another street circuit in Baku, so that should be fun.
Oh no.
Back-to-back street circuits always go down a treat with the drivers, and we will see yous next week. Take care.
Right, cheers, lads.